Uppy, uppy, uppy. It's one funny morning. I'm Dana Blizzard, and it's too early in the morning. This is the dumbest show in the whole world.
From Monday
to Friday. Sometimes on Saturdays.
Why would you say that in front of all these people?
Dean stinks.
You never know what's gonna happen.
That's your Dateline voice?
I don't know.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't.
It's not a chicken leg. This is a chicken leg.
Look at that manhole cover on my face.
Not a bad rendition of me. Hold on.
We know your brother. We'll give you a ride to school or whatever.
That's called
our small
murder
town.
in New Jersey.
He was a lot
Like, what is...
with his everything.
Oh.
What's outside your Puerta de Clima?
That's Stella! Yeah!
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Oh my gosh. Way too early in the morning to try to pretend to sing that song. Why is my Bluetooth not connecting? I can't hear the morning show. What? Why is this button did I push? Why is this red light on?
I love Sherry Fry. Sherry Fry is one of my favorites. Her videos, always make me laugh. One of these days, ladies, you're going to get caught in the shower. All you ladies, I have no idea why any of you would bring your phones in the shower. But you know who you are. Good morning. It's Friday. Girl, we made it. My weekend was filled with emotions and just with me like Courtney's like feeling guilty. Daniel, here's the thing. I just said to Jason, Jason, I don't think I'm that moody. Now, if you have to start there, you're probably moody. But I said, did I say Friday? Whatever. Stay with me. Did I say Friday? I didn't say Friday. You guys, something's wrong with you guys. What am I watching? No, listen. Linda, listen. I said to Jason, I said, I don't think I'm that moody. Let's start there. I said, I'm really only like emotional, like the last 5 days of the month. And then again, from like the 5th to the 8th. And then maybe a little bit from the 9th to the 20th. Like the more I said it, I was like, it's not that bad. And then I wanted to blame him. Oh, we were supposed to be on location, Kim. Yes. We were supposed to be on, and Kathy, there's a lot's happening. The ceiling might have fallen in Diana's room at the shore while renters are there. So I've been managing that. I had to check to see if this was really live. It is. Listen, all the days are Friday now. All the days. And it will set you up. You'll be in a much better, if you knew, if sitting here today, you were like, girls, it's Friday again, you'd be like, oh, it's all perspective. It's all perspective. Curly top. It's Friday. What time zone is it in Friday? We're in the time zone Friday. And we'll stay here for the next 4 days until it's Friday. And that's it. It was a lot. Last night, voila was made. Voila cookies. I was not there for any of that. Bird wasn't feeling good. She got the pain in the lower right quadrant. I was like, we heading over. You can't have pain in the lower right quadrant and ignore that. Turns out we're good for now. It's the whole thing. When you're skipping to the end of the week. I'm skipping right to Black Friday. Good Friday. Good. I don't understand why it's good if he died. Jesus dies on that day, but that's what we call it. Did you like Voila? So Voila had a special guest last night. Jacqueline Blizzard stepped in and was rolling out cookies into letters, and I had to tell her not to make certain structures. As we are a family show. Yeah. Listen. Yeah. I don't know that Jacqueline and my mom have ever cooked before together. It's Good Friday because he conquered sin and death and was rescued on Sunday. Thank you, Katie. They were hysterical. Good. Well, the two of them were so funny because they were cooking while they were doing the dough. And when they're doing the dough, Diana wants to show you like what she's doing. So she turns the camera down so you can see the bowl. And then all you saw was the bowl for like 15 minutes. So I texted Jacqueline, you two have to look at the comments and talk to people. And then it didn't matter what I write. She told everybody. I should have wrote, this is a secret. But she was like, my mom just said, and I was like, okay. So that's happening. And so yesterday we were at the hospital with the Brooke. Get her checked, her side. Now she's 20. And so I think, during this trip, the best thing I could do, if you have a 20-year-old, the best thing you could do with a 20-year-old in the hospital is be quiet. Because this is basically your final exam. She gonna be 21 in a couple of months. And according to the law, we're done here. So I'm here just to see if I'm going to pass my final. And we get in there. She got all her forms of ID. She has her insurance card. She's able to articulate what's happening. But it was very funny. I don't know if you ever just watch your kids. So she goes in. Now they talk to please repeat your name. It's a rhinoceros. Somebody asked about my shirt. It's a rhinoceros. So she's doing a great job. And then the doctor or the nurses are like, so, do you have any allergies? And she was like, I was like, just no. Like, she's pretty sure she doesn't, but she was like, let me check with the mainframe. No, I don't. And so certain things, and that she was like, the doctor's like, have you ever had any type of like gastric surgery? And she goes, No, she had like a little hernia when she was a baby. So I think she was like on the fence. He looks at me in the doctor. I said, "You're not sure your own body, Jen." It was funny. Hmm. No, she's not. No, once you're 18, you're no longer pediatrics. Hmm. Yeah. Let me ask this random woman that's sitting here that looks exactly like me, but who's starving. Yeah. No, it was just so funny, but she did a great job. She stayed calm. She knows what makes her nervous. She's a ball of anxiety, but she knows what makes her nervous. So when the lady came in to do her blood work, Brooke immediately goes, so she's like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And she's talking like, she goes, "What's your name?" Mm-hmm. "Oh yeah, how long?" Here's Brooke. As the lady starts to do it, because she gets real nervous, she goes, "So now how long you been doing this for?" Now Brooke is looking for a very big number. Don't tell Brooke Blizzard you've been doing this a year. Lady says 19 and a half years. And Brooke's like, "Okay." And then goes right back to the phone. She's no joke. Uh-huh. So she managed everything, and it was adorable. I was like, I think I passed my test. Mm-hmm. Heather, you're going to take out like a scroll and be like, "You want to know the surgeries I've had?" And be like, "Here is a list of all the things that are wrong with me." Uh-huh. Lori said, "My daughters have me go to the doctors with them to answer the question. They're 23 and 27. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, she did a good job. She kept her anxiety. And if she got nervous, she would say, "I have a lot of anxiety. I should be fine." And yeah, it was funny. So did that. I did lay on the couch. So here's how my moods work. Saturday we have the whole day. I'm supposed to paint the kitchen. Did the kitchen get painted? No. I want to blame Jason for everything. And then I said, I'm going to need to lay down. Now, the first hour that I laid down on a random Saturday, that hour I consider I deserve that. This is my me hour. I don't know if anybody else is like this. I was like, I deserve this. I'm going to lay here because I deserve this. Now, once we start encroaching on the 3 hour, once we roll over the third hour of me laying on a couch, is that when it was a medicinal nap, but once it rolls over to the third hour, you're like, I might be depressed. I'm like, somebody should come check on me. And then I get mad that he didn't check on me fast enough. I'm like, what did you think I was doing? And he just talks real nice. He goes, what do you, we should get up. I go, "Oh, should we?" He's like, "Do you want ice cream?" I'm like, "Only because I think I'm going to get my period at any minute," I said while crying. I just don't get it. Girl, I'm 52. Why? Why is my body acting like it's 16? And not in any good taunt skin way. Not in like this. Just like that. Blood all over the place. And then at one point we were laying here. We went out Friday. So Saturday, I was just like, he was like, "Do you want to go out?" I said, "No, I don't, Jason." And he made a fire. He's like, "I'll make a fire." No, I was just being a woman, Carol. I wasn't sick. Mm-hmm. You've been to get your period at any minute for 2 weeks. That's what I'm saying, Shakendra. So he made a fire. He goes, "What do you want to do?" I said, "I would love ice cream and bourbon because I it's medicinal at this point." And like, it wouldn't just happen. You know, did you ever just wish your period? Because you're just like, I can't, I'm sick of myself. And then as I sat here on the couch, just moping, then all of the sudden, what would you do? Snippets came up on my Instagram, and then it was over. And I was just like, why would this lady, she stuck up for this other lady in a diner and they didn't have enough money for the pancakes? And I just lost it. Lost it. If you say welcome, if I hear John Quinones say, what would you do? And it opens up in a diner and it's the lady with the brown hair, I'm just going to start crying. It was too much. It's because of your pills, you're still having your period. If so, do you need to stop the pellets to stop having them? So the pellets make me feel good. And medicinally for me, they're good for my bones and my energy level. It's just that, yes, the progesterone. And because she said, you're still young. Like, I started on the pellets, I was like 49. And she was like, Dina, you're still pretty young for menopause. She said, this will go until about 53, latest 54. And she goes, and you'll see that your periods will just get less and less over time. Yeah. So then we're sitting here. He goes, all right. He goes, you want to go out and get ice cream and some bourbon and we'll come back here and we'll watch a movie? I said, yes. But I guess my body didn't get up off the couch. And he was like, why don't I go get the ice cream and the bourbon? And then I was like, okay. And then I sat here on Netflix and I watched the show. You guys watch the dating game where everybody pops the balloons on the Netflix? It's the whole thing. And best thing I ever did. I know, Trisha. It's very good. So now I'm watching the show with the balloons. And he calls and he was like, hey, Missy Levitz. He calls me. And he was like, hey. I was like, hey, what's up? And I'm trying to watch my show. I said, what's up? He was like, he goes, I feel like I forgot something. He goes, I feel like it was 3 things. And I said, okay, what is it? He was like, mint chocolate chip. I was like, yes. He was like, Reese's Pieces. I said, yes. And then he said, I don't know the third thing. I was like, bourbon? He goes, well, of course. But there wasn't another thing? I said, no. And then I thought, this man is calling me from the store. I have spent most of the day as a slug. And he called and he was like, did you do anything else? I was like, no, this is the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me. Tanya, you're going to love it. This whole life change thing is not fair. I don't even know who I am half the time. I know. And I'm telling you, like, I was sitting here, I was all mopey in the afternoon, and he was like, what's going on? I don't know. I wish I would just get my period and just be over, but it's not. And now I don't know what I'm doing. And he was like, okay. I said, and I just want to blame you for all of it. And he was like, you know what? It's fine. I'll take it. It's probably my fault. I go, it is. I have a great need to blame people when I have my period. Anybody? I just want everything. My crying, my oversensitivity, my taking offense to everything you say, just the way you looked at me and how that made me feel on the inside. That's all his fault. Has nothing to do with what I did. I just needed ice cream and I would have been fine. And like a mixtape. If I could figure out how to make a mixtape, I would. But he would hate all the songs that I put on that mixtape. It just was. It was too much. It was too much. I was too much the whole weekend. So that was that. Brian, it is, but I already know it's not actually his fault. And he knows it, which is why he's fine taking the blame for it. And that just makes sense. I do. I know, I did. Tanya showed me the pictures of her going to see Barry Manilow. And I went back to the last time I went with her. Tanya was on my left, Jason's on my right, and we're just Sweet Caroline. That's where I should have been. Yeah. It was a whole thing. So I did that. Then I made this breakfast bake that I'm eating because Jacqueline and Brooke were both going to be bebopping through the house this weekend. Janice, you're not wrong. They were served separately, Carol. I'm not a monster. I do, Andrea. I'm almost there. Jeremy told me, I can't wait until you're you again. He was being sweet, but I hated it. Was that Neil Diamond? Either way, I don't care who sings it. I just needed to sing that song. What are we doing? Who are we? Who are we? Who are we? I want you to see what's happening. There's one there and one there. So anyway, so I made this breakfast bake. And then I made cookies. And then I was going to make smoothies. And here's my newest thing. When my kids are here, or I know they're coming, this is when you know you crossed over. I will start making ridiculous amounts of food. Just so when they come down the stairs, Jacqueline comes down the stairs, she goes, what is all this? And then you got to act nonchalant. But what, this? The cookies, the homemade bake with fresh asparagus, and the smoothie I'm about to make. It's not a big deal. I'm becoming Diana. I said, yeah. Oh, we eat like this all the time. And it just makes them want to come home. I am. Oh, wait, let me read to you a text between Diana and I this weekend. You'll love this. So, she says, what are we doing for Easter? Hey, is it Keola? What a great name. Di said, what are we doing for Easter? I said, why don't we do it here? We'll have it here. She never comes here. You know, it's a good day to go to another country. The country of Pennsylvania. I said, why don't you come here for Easter? And then just gets quiet on the phone. Well, Joe was asking me what I'm doing for Easter. I said, well, bring Joe, and you can ask Joe's family if they would like to come. Oh, you think so? She don't want to come with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend not come on with his family. We love them. So I said, bring him over. I think Eileen was here before his daughter. Really lovely. But it would be a lot of us. Okay, so she writes yay, a lot of emojis. This is what she said. Yesterday I made manicotti, put them in the freezer. I also got the meat cakes and celeries for grandmom's soup in the freezer. Today I'm going to make the egg cakes. If you want me to stop, I can pick up the manicotti and the grandmom's soup. We can also have ham, mashed potatoes, green beans, corn, cornbread casserole. You got the good recipe and desserts. Let me know what you're thinking and what you'd like me to bring. Okay, so this is Ellen. I can't do her text without doing that voice. I don't even hear me turn it on, but because that's how I hear her in my head, but it's funny. So she writes this whole thing about the ham, the green bean, the corn. So I write, sounds great. You bring all that, I'll make the applesauce. I mean, yeah, she sent the whole recipe, Victoria, for the party at my house, everything. I said, sounds great. You bring all that, I'll make the applesauce. I thought that was fair. I mean, if you go make the recipe for somebody else's house. She goes, how many will we be? Blah, 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 blah. Now you have to figure out where you're going to put everybody. She says, are you sure you want to do this before I ask them? Because that's a lot of people. I said, Diana, my applesauce is already done. I'm ready to go. I don't know why you're hesitating. Get to work. She says, done. Now I'm going to take that done as she has got the rest of the menu covered. Is that how you guys read it? Because that's how I read it. I'm going to have my applesauce ready. What time would you like to start this Easter extravaganza? Sunflower, bunny emoji, red bud flower, bird and a half of an egg, some more flowers, a bunny head with a pink petal. And that was, and she says, so what time would you like this to start? I said 5 a.m. when Jesus arose. And she goes, okay, have breakfast ready. So it is just a lot unpacked in a very short amount of time. And I just can't wait. I don't know how she's going to get all that food here. On the next Walla, we're making applesauce, and it's from a jar. The cinnamon I'll add myself. But it's a lot. Carol, I don't know how long she worked on that text to me, but the emojis alone, I would have been like, I'm out. I can't dedicate myself to 7 emojis. I can't do it. Oh, wait. I made my first sticker. Do you guys know how to make a sticker? Do you know what I'm talking about? And you're going to crack up to see the 2 stickers that I made. I'm going to show you how to make a sticker. Look, Brooke taught me this. Brooke says, did you know that you can make people into stickers? And I go, what do you mean? She says, you can take a picture of anybody and make them into a sticker. I'm going to make one. I'm going to show you this sticker. We're going to make one. Of course you have, Tanya. You know how to do everything. All right. So I went to the Goodwill the other day, and I didn't show you this picture. Went to the Goodwill with Jacqueline. That's where I got my Chrissy Snow dress. Made some funny ones, Judy. Okay. We should make one of Diana. Let me find a Diana one. Well, let me show you this other one first. So when we go to the store, did I tell you about my 4th of July dress? It's real stupid. Did I tell you? Oh, if you take a live photo, you can make a sticker that moves. I did not know that. My mom has an emoji that looks like herself. Is that the same thing? No. Because like I do it by accident all the time. Cute faces. Yes. There's a woman that makes a sticker of herself every day for each outfit she creates. What? Now everyone's making themselves into dolls. I had no idea. Okay, Brenda. So here I found this dress at the Goodwill. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. But it is now officially my 4th of July dress. I will wear it every 4th of July until I die. And then it will be bequeathed. Now, Jacqueline has already said she will never wear the dress. And I said, you will if I bequeath it in my will. Because I spent $7 on it at a Goodwill. And then I showed it to Brooke. And Brooke's like, I'll wear it if she doesn't wear it. So I made a series of photos. So it's a lot. I don't know who came up with this dress, but this is the dress. Okay. And then, of course, I had a lot of different, and then I couldn't stop laughing. Okay. So let me show you how to make a sticker. I'm going to make a sticker. I think this one's a good one. All right. So now you hold it. Okay. She's not doing what I thought she should do. Okay. It's not working. Lorraine, is it because it's a live photo? I know about the dolls, but I don't know about the sticker. You're supposed to be able to touch it. Stop it. Is it because it's a live one? You have to turn off the live. Oh, how do you do that? Oh, thank you, Steak. Live off. Steak, you're so smart. Okay. There it is. So now it says add sticker. One of you is going to get this sticker from me. And then it goes into your stickers. Look, I made 3 stickers. You're never going to guess what sticker. Missy, are you watching? Is Jeremy there? Hold on. Let me send this sticker to Missy. I was going to send it last night, but I couldn't stop laughing. Stickers. Look what I sent her. Remember when we made Jeremy with his blazer into Miami Vice? I turned it into a sticker. Please send it to me. I don't know if you can download it. Can you do it with an Android? I have no idea because those aren't real. But I love it. I was bequeathing it to one of her granddaughters. It's a bunny purse. It's hideous. And all the kids are scared they're going to be the recipient. Listen, you all need to think of something to bequeath. And you need to use the word bequeath because nobody knows what it is. My kids you're like, you're going to what? I'm going to bequeath it. And that's not a word that you use often. And neither is the word perfect, which is what Missy wrote to me. It is perfect. Perfect. You have to try it, Tiffany Hall. Tiffany, you should send me one of you just going this. Okay. And then whenever I am like flabbergasted and I go, what in the Tiffany Hall? Instead of saying it, I could send your sticker. Do it. Just make it with that face and send it to me. And if it's okay, I'll put it up and people will have their own official. Yeah, no, when you say bequeath, it sounds like you have a problem, but you don't. It's a real word. But what hideous thing in your life, and this is what you should do, just like my cousin Allison said, pick something in your life. Then what you do is you can send it to people, Barbara. So like if you have like a picture, so let me show you my other sticker. My stickers are all dumb. All of my stickers are ridiculous. Hold on. Let me send Missy another one. She's like, why you keep sending me these stickers? Because this is the other one. Okay. This is the other sticker I have. Look, it's Diana drinking amaretto. That's a sticker. I just sent it to Missy. She can use that. Oh my gosh. Why did you? Oh my gosh. So Missy and I forgot about your teacher face. So Missy and I go to class the other day. Hold on. Missy and I go to that class with Tim. Remember Friday? We did like a short morning show because I was going to class. Okay. First of all, you should not go to class with someone who, if you lock eyes with them, you are speaking full languages. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I could go with a lot of people. Like I don't think anybody should go to class with Shakendra because Shakendra's eyes have full conversations with people. I don't care where you are, but But if Shikendra was at a party and just went like this, I'd be like, I know. And then I would, and it just, do you know what I'm saying? So Missy and I shouldn't be in a class together. So, and we're sitting right next to each other. And here's the thing. Now tell me what you would do. Missy and I go to the class together. We don't know nobody. Now we finish in the morning show. So we were coming in late. We get there and there are 6 big round tables in the room. And they're all full. So there's no place for me, Missy, and Tim to sit together. So this is what they say. Tell me what you do. You walk in with your bees. They say, there's 1 seat over there, there's 1 seat over there, and there's 1 seat here. What do you do? Now, if we were grown-ups, we would have looked at each other and be like, well, thank you, ma'am. We are grown-ups and we don't need to be attached at the hip all the time. So, of course, we would be open to meeting new people and enjoying the company of others and then just getting together later. No. We said, we'll go sit on that windowsill over there together. Yeah, exactly, Viola. So we were like, I would leave. I would move chairs. So we said, no, we're going to just sit on the windowsill. And they said, no. So then they bring some chairs over and we sit in the chairs. Now, there was a gig that I was up for. And it's for this thing in May. And I see, because you know how sometimes, and this is confusing the heck out of me, when people call you now, it used to be they would just go to voicemail. But now, have you done it now where you'll pick up your phone and you can read what people are saying in the voicemail that they're leaving, and then you can decide if you want to pick it up and interrupt them while they leave it. Do you guys know this? This is on an iPhone. Again, Androids aren't real, so I don't know. But so I can see what she's writing. Well, this must have been after she left the message. So what I'm saying is that now it's transcribing voicemails too. So you don't even have to listen to the voicemail. You can see, hi, Dina, I just want to let you know we got this gig at the ba. So I'm like, oh, I got this gig. That's good, right? Completely confusing, Lorene, but right. So now what's happening is because I'm reading voice messages and it'll give you like the first 2 lines maybe, I keep thinking that these are text messages. It's just confusing my brain because you know where you're like, was that a text or was that an email? And now you have to add, was that a voicemail? Because you're seeing them in print and it's tricking your brain. Does any of this make sense to people? Either way, I see that this gig went through. And I'm kind of listening to this. This lady's talking to somebody up in the front. So I thought, let me just listen to this voicemail real quiet. That's what I says to myself. So I hit read this. And it starts reading it at full blast because I'm dumb and I don't turn down the volume. So here's me. I'm like, ooh. And I'm like, okay. And then I hit the button and it starts playing full blast. So I was like, so now I'm doing the thing where I'm trying to shut everything off. And then I look at Missy and here's Missy. I go, I didn't know. And I look at her and she's like this. I was like, it's a mistake. So then, because I'm a dum-dum and I can't let it go, I turn it down. At least I thought I did. And then I attempt to play it again, and it starts playing full blast again. And she goes, and she does not break. Oh, stink eye. Stink eye. Oh, yeah. I feel so violated that someone else has seen that. Oh, very scary, Jeremy. And I said, I feel like I just saw Missy's teacher face. And I don't think I want to be her student. I was just like, I was like, I'm going to put this down. She was like, didn't say a word the whole time. Normally she looks at me like that and she's like, I'm only kidding. She didn't do that. Very real face. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't think that teachers ever lose teacher face. It is every once in a while, Jason will go into professor mode. And I'm like, what are you doing? I don't know, Allison. I thought I did like an old lady. I was over here like, I thought I put the volume. I turned into my mother. And I was like, okay, here's, I'm going to try to let you listen to this. I am trying to look for a tile man. You are making us weaker as a unit. You are putting a crack in the system, and I will not be a part of it. Oh, I was having a full Diana moment, and Missy wasn't having it. She was basically like, get it together. I was like, I can't. I don't know what was that. Take my phone. Yep. No, it wasn't good. I did not do us any favors. Okay, wait. So now I'm looking for a tile guy. This is all over the weekend. And again, I did nothing this weekend, just so you know. Sometimes I want to call Carly and offer my sympathies for an entire adolescence of having to get that look. That's my daughter when she calls me out and says out loud, why are you giving that look? I say, what look? Did people look at you? Oh, yeah. But I was mesmerized by the angry look I was getting for the people in my group. Yeah, no, it's a whole thing. Okay, so now get back to the tile guy, okay? So I say to my painter, I go, listen, I need a tile guy. Let me know if you know anybody. So he sends me this name. The first name is Mickey. I won't say, although he might say his name in this. Hold on, let me see. Let me listen to it real quick. Okay, hold on. Okay, I just skipped over his name. He has the most Irish name you've ever heard. Okay. Oh, wait. And I called and said, hey, I need to have some tile work done, yada, yada, yada. This is the message that I got, and it is fantastic. Are you ready? Hold on.
I'm returning a message that you sent me yesterday. I just wanted to talk to you about the tiling and that. I am going to be going to Ireland on Wednesday, and I won't be back till the 28th. Give me a call.
And that's his number. Do you guys hear? It is the most Irish phone call I have ever received in my entire life. Tanya, his first name is Mickey. I'm going to call Mickey McSomething. So you don't know, it's not that I think you're going to stalk my tile guy, but I don't want to say his name. Mickey McSomething is his name. So when he goes, Dana, it's Mickey McSomething. Wanted to call you. Right? He goes, I won't be back until the 28th. That doesn't right. Till 28. 28. I wonder. No, it did. It transcribed it. It is. I immediately called him back. Immediately. And I was like, Mickey McSomething. It's Dina McBlizzard. You have the best accent of anyone I've ever met in my entire life. And I know for a second I went Jamaican, but it's mostly Irish. I can't. 28. Katie, I don't think you're allowed to say it, but I agree. Dana, I'll have to come by on the 28th when I get back from Ireland. And I was like, of course you're going to Ireland. He probably, you know what? Thank you, Diane. I imagine that he called all his friends and he was like, I just met the most amazing Jersey girl. I going to meet her on the 28th. He's actually coming here. Is it tomorrow? Tomorrow or Wednesday? Same thing. It's an Irish Jamaican, samesies. But he's going to stop by here before he leaves Wednesday till the 28th. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It literally made my day. I've been saving that voicemail so I could share it with you. Mickey McSomething. It's like, oh my gosh. This is the best. The best. So I don't know that I'm going to understand what he's saying because I'll be mesmerized by his words. I love the Irish accent with your Jamaican twist. Listen, I don't want to say I nailed it. I don't want to say it because I don't want to brag. I don't want to brag. You guys will be like, she's so worldly. And, it's just, I've traveled. Some of you, I haven't done the traveling that I've done. So, I did. I went a little Belgian. My friend couldn't understand anyone in Ireland. I kept telling her they're speaking English. Yeah, but it is. I feel like there are that and Scottish where you're just like, I feel like I should know what you're saying. Yeah, a little like Jurgen. Listen, I'm not saying I'm going to star in an Irish movie. What was the movie with Nicole Kidman? I was about to say Coming to America, but that's not. Nicole Kidman was not in that movie. I would have loved it if she was. That would have changed the movie. What's that one? Now I'm envisioning Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman starring in Coming to America. Far and away. I could have been in it. With this accent, for sure. My brain is so mixed up today. Who wants to go to Ireland with me? They'll be like, girl, you are a mess. Couldn't follow me. Yeah. Well, when I did when I went to Chardonnay, how potent was that bourbon that Jason got you? I know, and that was 2 nights ago. What you call it? When I went to Chardonnay, I remember our host, who I love, Natalie. She said to me, she goes, I find you very easy to understand. Are you speaking slowly for us? And I was like, what? She said, you speak very slowly. It's easy to understand you. If you were to talk faster, it would be harder for us to understand you. I'm like, I'll talk at whatever tempo you want me to talk, because I have no idea what you're saying. So I'm just super excited that you have learned my language. Would you like to hear my Jamaican accent? Because I can do it. Somewhat Jamaican and somewhat Irish. So you let me know. A lot of options I like to bring to the table. So funny. It's Friday. Yeah, Shakendra, she said, she goes, are you speaking this slow for my benefit? And I said, no, I think I just speak this. Yeah. Well, you know what, too, is I think that my brain, like if the times where I told you, I'm so dumb. When I was in Belgium for a conference, there were people from all over the world. Everybody was speaking English, but somewhat broken English. And this one woman, she would say, Dina, afterwards we go to, how do you say, the arena. And then from there, we will go, how do you say, we go to get some aperitifs. So she just kept saying, how you say, so here's me, super dumb. And I was like, that sounds great. And after that, we can, how do you say, go for a walk along the river? And how do you say, and I wasn't changing the language. I wasn't asking for, I just was like, how do you say French fry? Mm-hmm. That's how dumb I am. How do you say Belgium? She goes, the same way you do. Belgium. I said, okay. Mm-hmm. Super dumb. Super dumb. I also wanted to lean into my crying by watching Love on the Spectrum. And I'm going to tell you something. If you feel bad about the world, about our place as humans in society, yeah, I would like to get, how do you say a croissant? And they're like, we say croissant. Right. Mm-hmm. So dumb. What was it? What did I just say? Love on the Spectrum. Here, if you are like, I think that most humans are derelicts, which is on the table a lot of the days, watch Love on the Spectrum. It is just pure smiles, pure goodness, just love. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, but I was trying to explain. Yeah. They're wonderful. Oh, Perry from Loma, she goes to college with my son in Boston. I have an autism mom, and I cry whenever Abby's mom too. Talk about the struggle. It feels so good. I'm telling you, it is a beautiful show. And every time Abby, now I don't know what season I'm on. So I just play it. But every time Abby kisses David, she'll give him a little kiss, and then she'll go, thank you. And she walks away. Thank you. And then goes on about her day. And I was like, I love that. I think that, oh my gosh. Danny. Okay, there's a girl named Danny. Adorable. She's being raised by her aunt and uncle, who seem like lovely people. I am going to do that, Tanya. Of course I'm going to do that to Jason. Thank you. Every time he kisses me. So Danny loves animation. How do I know that she loves animation? Because everything that she talks about is animation. So now there's an episode the other day. Danny goes on a lot of speed dating. and she'll say, no, I didn't see that, Kim. Danny will say, I love it. And she's very serious, very driven. She's gone to school, has her own animation company, and she'll go on speed dating before she leaves. I might be behind all of you because I don't know all the things that you're saying. I don't know that I've seen yet. But she's on this blind date, and before she leaves, her aunt and uncle say to her, so what are you looking for in a date? She goes, well, obviously somebody that knows animation and loves animation, wants to work in animation, and would want to go to a Comic-Con to learn more about animation. And she gets put on a blind date with this guy. And now Danny usually kind of very much controls this conversation. Well, she's on this date and this guy doesn't shut up. What's he talking about? Animation. I was like, this show did its homework. It found the perfect guy for Danny, right? Mm-hmm. He starts talking about animation. He was like, a friend of mine works on this show. And she goes, I love that show. And she works there and they go on and on. And, oh, this is the best. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. And, oh my gosh, somebody farted. Stinky farters. So he goes on and on about animation. And I mean, the music, it's like Cinderella music. It's like, and this whole thing. And you can just see her. It's just like the best thing that's ever happened to her. And I was like, this is it. This is her person. I don't know what happens after this episode, but she says you can just see her face and Cinderella music is playing. And then she told her aunt and uncle, because I want to be with someone who has a job and makes income from that job. And that job is in animation and they have a house and they have a car and da, 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 da. So now he talks about animation. He goes, now I have been monopolizing the conversation and now you will take a turn and you will tell me what you like to do in your free time. Now there is something about the way they communicate that is so directed. There's nobody's trying to get over on anybody. They're like, this is how I feel right now. And I'm just going to say it to you. And how do you feel about that? It's just very much like this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so Danny is very impressed with the animation. And then she says, so is this how you make your income? And he says, well, I used to have a job as like a limo driver or a driver. Mm-hmm. And he says, but I don't do that job anymore. Now I work at a trading card company. And then the music stops. It's like, and she says, you are not making your income in animation? And he says, no, I make my income from the trading card company. And then it's like, dum, dum, dum. Like she was like, it just, I was like, girl, I feel you. I have been there where I was like, what do you mean you don't have a job? This is different. I don't care where you get your income from, but they'll just come out. Where is it that you make your income from? I was like, I wish real date. I don't want to say real dates. That was not the right answer. My dates would have been that honest. Really? She's worth multi-millions due to her animation? Of course she is. Yeah. Everything is a deal breaker, Jen. Everything. She's like, well, unless you're making your income from animation. I was like, he does seem to like animation. But so crazy. Then, if you watch that show, which is pure goodness in all of its, God sent us the show, these people, beautiful. At the same time, you watch or you read the Facebook burned haystack method. It is Crazy. I read one this morning. This woman says, I had been talking to this guy. He seemed very lovely. I'm going to read it to you because it was so crazy. Okay. Give me a second. Okay, here it is. Ready? This was the conversation. And then we're going to go. This is her. She says, thanks. I hardly drink, never smoke, or done drugs. Guy says, I have a 7-year-old daughter. She says, my boy has high-functioning autism. He's my best friend. He's with his dad today. Guy says, it's hard when our kids aren't with us. She says, I'd be so lonely without him. I took him to Disney World last year. He says, so awesome. I bet that was a fun trip. She says, we're going to visit my brother in San Diego next. He says, how do you feel about pantyhose and foot massages? I just told you that I took my son to Disney World. You said, that was awesome. I bet that was a fun trip. I said, we might go to San Diego. And then you followed that up with, how do you feel about pantyhose and foot massages? What in the... What? What did you know? What? What? That was this morning. And Jason makes fun of me. He was like, why do you read this? I go, because it's crazy. I said, it's just, and then I sit there and I think, you can have that, which is straight crazy. But then you watch Love on the Spectrum. And listen, sometimes they say stuff that's a little bit too straightforward. But they'd just be like, listen, I don't really care for people that have hair like yours. I just think it's ugly. And you're like, well, that hurt, but I feel like I know where we stand. It's just, yeah. Pantyhose and foot massages. That was in the little, yep. Listen, I feel like I've given you guys a lot to think about today, this Friday. And that's going to confuse so many people. It's Monday. And it's a lot. I unpacked a lot. Just think about it. There's a lot. I'm going to go try to get some stuff done. I have to contact Mickey McSomething. Make some more stickers. It is a wild show today. But that's it. Tomorrow is Smoothie Tuesday, and Steph will be posting our smoothie soon. So you can get your ingredients and make that with me tomorrow. I don't even remember what it is. I have to read it with you guys. But that should be yummy. And yeah, that's it. That's all we got. Yeah, you would think so. All right. Well, listen, that's it for me. I don't think I have anything else to say. Yeah. Nothing. Robin, nothing. Thank you. It was a great Friday, Monday show. I want to thank you all for being here, starting out your week with me. Like Judy from Saskatoon and Good Time Andrea say, it's too hot for pantyhose, but I do love a good foot massage. And that's really the only way you can answer that. So keep that in mind this week. So that's it. Have a great day, everybody. And a blessed day. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, and we'll do it again. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed today's morning show, make sure to follow us for more One Funny Mother content.
Okay, all right. Morse code is tapping.
And check out OneFunnyMotherStore.com for great new inappropriate swag. And for more exclusive content, consider becoming a supporter.
She got a bad leg.
Thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow on